The fog will call again, and when it does, I'll be waiting.
Hello and welcome to episode 4 of my Jason Orbital Lineup series, and today we're going to be looking at Nostromo Wreckage. This is probably currently my favorite map to play Jason on. I seem to get really good luck with the orbitals and the snipes as well. We do have a lineup today for each exit gate, and we do also have ones for gens as well. Before we get started, I just want to say a huge thank you to Coconut RTS, who helped me out with this video. They showed me the lineups that they had for the exit gates, and then from that we were able to sort of adjust it to one that might fit slightly better and be easier to find. So today we're going to start off with gen 1 though, and this is the gen that I like to call the arch gens. This is quite a common spawn. It obviously won't spawn every game, but whenever you get this archway spawn here, usually a gen tends to spawn on this side of it. We can see that we've got the Dwight sat on the fat side of the gen there. So to line this one up, when we look at the ship, I always address it as left side of ship and right side of ship. So we're going to go to the opposite side of ship, which is the right side, and we're going to go all the way over to the exit gate on this side. And then let me just come out of power real quick. So once you go over to the exit gate on this side, if you come along this wall here alongside the exit gate, you'll get to this rock here that looks what I can only describe as an oven mitt. So you come along the wall, you have a bunch of different rocks on the floor, but this one looks for some reason like a mitten or a glove or an oven mitt, whatever you want to address it as. Plonk, there is like a little corner in there, so plonk yourself in there and you can't really move. And then we just turn around, line up on the long side of the gen and throw. And we can see that is a perfect lineup for that one. Right, and this next one is a bit of a special one. It's not exactly an orbital because we don't throw it straight up, but it is pretty much as close as you can get to orbital range without it being orbital. The difference is this is on the main gen. Now this is a gen that you shouldn't really be able to snipe or orbital, but I found a way to do a long distance snipe on it so that they will never know it's coming. So if we see where the Dwight is currently here, we can see that he is sat on the side closest to the ramp. Now I know a lot of survivors tend to go this side. It's only going to be possible if it's on this side. This is the only side that's going to be possible. Okay, so the way we're going to line this up, if I switch back to my Jason view real quick. So what we're going to do to line this one up is we're going to come to the back of the small ship, and there is this little cut-out hole in the back of it here. From here, there are a couple of stones. You've got this one, then you've got a little one here, and then you've got another one here. We're going to stand on this third stone. And then we're going to look up towards the gen. And we're going to line up the tip of our spear in line with this little part of the ship. And then we throw. And it just sneaks through the gap to get the survivor on that side of the gen. Like I said, it's not technically an orbital because it's not straight up and down, but it's as close to orbital range as you're going to get without actually throwing it up in the air. But at least it's a little helpful way to get a hit on main gen if they happen to be sitting on that side. Okay, so after now quite a while of testing out the orbitals and these exit gates, I've realized something. A lot of people believe that the Nostromo exit gates are fixed. They somewhat are, but they somewhat aren't. They always spawn in the same area, but they do shift left and right. So I'm going to have to give you an orbital for each variation. So on this first one we're going to look at, we are on the right hand side of main ship. And this is what we're going to call back right gate. Okay, because this spawns as far in the back right as it possibly can. So if the gate spawns in line with the engines of the main ship, we are calling that back right. You can see Dwight is currently sat on the exit switch now. So we're going to go over to where the hatch is, close that, and I'll show you where to line this one up. Okay, so we're just going to close the hatch. And to line up the back right exit switch, so you can see main ship is here, and we're talking about back right over here. We want to come to where this part of this ship wreckage is on the left hand side, these sort of frames that are sticking out of the ground. And then you will always get this rock and sort of junk pile. I don't exactly know what it is. I'm supposing some sort of engine or ventilation system, but this will always spawn in here. So what you want to do is you want to come to this. Let me just use the tip of my spear to show you this tip of this corner of this rock right here. Stand here, and now if you can see this gap, bear in mind the tip of the spear is where I'm pointing. This gap, you can see the this little rock over here, it fits into this little crevice. When it fits into that crevice like that, then all we need to do is look at the exit gate, up and throw. And you can see that is a perfect lineup for that one. So that is the lineup for back right. Okay, and for this next one, we're going to call it mid-right, because you can see the gate is not as far back in the corner as it was before. Instead, the gate spawns just opposite the holes in the side of the ship. Instead of right where the main engine is, which was down here, it's now spawned further up, which is in line with the holes. So we will call this one mid-right. You can see Dwight is currently on the gate. Let me show you how to line this one up. Right, so I'm just going to close the hatch. And to line this one up, so you can see we're on the right hand side exit gate here, and it's the mid right. So we're going to go all the way to this back corner of the map where we've got this crash part of the ship through the mountains. Now at the back here, you've got this fire sort of area here, and you've got this pile of stones that sit here. We're going to walk into this pile of stones whilst looking straight down, and you'll see that Jason's tip of his boot just about fits in that little gap. Then we know we're in the right place. Then we're just going to look at the slight left-hand side of the exit gate switch, look straight up and through. And you can see it just sneaks through that gap to hit Dwight there. So that is the lineup for mid-right. Okay, so now we're going to start working on the left side exit gates. And for the first one we're going to look at, we're going to call it mid-left. And the reason why is because it spawns slightly higher up the map. And it will be in line with these two panels from the ship here. If the gate is in line with the gap in between these two panels, we can address that as mid-left. Now we can see we've currently got Dwight stood on the exit switch here. And the way we're going to line this up, if I just go and close hatch, and then I'll show you where we go. Okay, so we close hatch, and then we're going to head all the way to the opposite corner of the map where the small spaceship is. And as we come over towards the back of the map, at the back of the spaceship, we'll get this little rock that spawns here with the headless spaceman. Now, what you want to do is you want to stand where the spaceman's head would be if his helmet wasn't off. And then we just need to look at the slight right-hand side of the exit switch, look straight up and throw. And we can see that is a perfect lineup. So that one is for the mid left. Okay, and for the last one on the left hand side, we're going to be addressing this one as back left. And this is because it spawns, instead of in between these two panels, it spawns in line with the ramp of the main ship. So you can see it spawns. So you can see it spawns further back. Now to line this one up, you can see we've got the Dwight on the exit gate here. And if we just now close the hatch, I will show you how we line this one up. We're going to close the hatch, and then we're going to walk our way back to the small ship again. And once we get over to the small ship, we're going to get over to this little dirt pile by the back doors. So you've got this little dirt pile here on the left side of this small door. Now in this dirt pile is this half sunken rock. It's sort of half sunk into the dirt pile. We're going to step right into that. And then we're going to look slightly on the right hand side of the exit switch, look up and through. And you can see that is a perfect lineup for that one as well. So now for Nostromo, we have two different orbital setups for each variation of the exit gate on either side. So when you're going throughout the match, you'll have to just pay attention to where the exit gates have spawned, so that way you'll know where to go when it gets to the end game. But I hope you found this video helpful. If you have, please consider dropping a like and a comment below. Let me know which map you'd like me to do next if we haven't done it already. I also left my Discord link below if you want to jump into our community server, and you can ask me any questions you want related to Jason or orbital lineups at all. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.